Hey guys, I've had a lot of requests for a video on how to put my topper on. So here we go. The baby's napping, so hopefully he stays asleep. I have washed and prepped my hair with my favorite mousse. This one, it's really good. It's sticky, which is kind of gross, but it helps the topper clips really grab onto your hair, especially if it's fragile, like mine sort of is in the front here. So I prepped it with that and blown it dry. And you can see that it's not nearly as curly as it used to be, and it's very sad. So I just want to point out one thing. I'm really lucky. I have a cowlick here. And I've always had it, and it's always been sort of the bane of my existence. But now it's really nice because it sort of helps the topper rim blend a little better. So you'll see how I integrate that. So I have my Highline Wigs human hair topper. She's beautiful. She's so soft. I took the comb out of mine because it didn't lay so flat on my head, and I didn't like that. So don't be afraid. Take a seam ripper, take nail scissors, whatever, and cut that bad boy out if you don't want to. You can always sew it back in. You can move clips around. You have to be nice to them, but they're really not as fragile as you think they are, especially on this cap construction. So if you want to move clips around or add clips or take clips out, whatever, do it. So what's nice about the Highline topper is that it does have this really nice natural lift in the front. I know some people find that hard to work with. Again, wearing a topper is all about practice and trial and error. I was terrible at it at first, so there you go. All right, so what I do is I unclip the first two clips, and I position her a little bit behind my hairline. My hair's dark, so it's hard to see, so sorry. So that's where she is, okay? I'm looking in the mirror behind you, so excuse me. All right, and then I clip the rest in like this. Again, this is where the big sexy hairspray comes in really handy. Right? Wonderful. Now, there's a big difference right now between where the topper is and where my hairline is. And see, my hairline is not as nice as it looks once I'm done. So we will fix that. First of all, we're going to take a spoolie, right? We're going to have this, and we're going to have a bristle brush. It doesn't have to be this big. This is just the one I have, but it helps grip the hairs, right? So what I do is I just sort of pull gently some bio hairs out, right? It helps grip it better to do it that way. All right, it's hot. It's very sticky in human hair today. I will be taking this off as soon as I'm done. All right, so now we've taken, again, this is where my cowlick comes in really handy. And for those of you who don't have it, you can try to create one. I overemphasize it when I blow dry my hair. I blow it straight up with the cowlick so that I get that nice lift and it stays. All right, so there's that. Now we have more hair to work with. Then you can go in later and take your spoolie, I usually do this at the end, and pull some baby hairs out. And that helps blend it and make it look more natural. All right? Then, oops, oh, there goes my spoolie. My secret weapon is this. This stuff is awesome. This stuff is expensive, but a little goes a long way. It lasts a long time. This little compact has lasted me like 6 months so far, and there's still a lot left in it. And it's amazing. You apply it right in here, right? So that it's on your scalp, and it creates a shadow effect so that it doesn't look like you have 6 little hairs on scalp. It looks like you have 6 little hairs with a bunch of hair underneath it, right? It's all about smoke and mirrors with this wearing hair business. Right, so, and first of all, it took me forever to figure out how to open this. You push, right? Okay. I had to give it to my husband, who's an engineer, and be like, help, I can't open this. All right, comes with this brush. It's like a stiff bristle brush. We're gonna apply a little bit to the brush, and then I'm doing this backwards, so then we're just gonna stick it right in, okay? Already, it looks thicker, right? And yeah, it looks like, I mean, the part of the piece ends like a ½ inch here, but that's where the cowlick in the body comes in handy, because the part isn't going all the way down to my scalp anyway, because this part's sticking up. I also have these lovely little postpartum mommy bangs. This is some regrowth from where my hair fell out after having my son. I'm not counting on it all to come back. I honestly don't care at this point. Okay, so that's the front. Here we're going to put it up in here as well. You can go as far back as you want. Usually I'm not too worried about this part because it's hidden by the topper. But anywhere you can create a shadow effect is helpful as far as blending it. All right, get over here. Good. All right. See? You go from a crappy hairline to a great hairline in like 2 seconds. And this stuff stays put until you wash it off. If you make a mistake, and sometimes I've dribbled it down my forehead, it just wipes right off. But otherwise, it stays put. You don't have to worry about it running or anything. I'm so sweaty now, all the time. I sweat, and this stuff doesn't budge. It's pretty awesome. All right, so and don't see, I smudged a little. Just wipe. All right, so that's that. Now, a bunch of you wanted to see how I do the poof in the front. And honestly, it's because I hate having my hair in my face. I absolutely hate it, and that's why, like, ugh, yuck. Another thing to do, especially if you have a human hair topper, is blow dry the front pieces up and away from the face to create some lift and get it out of the face. Otherwise, you're going to go nuts. So I need some bobby pins. Sorry, I'm unprepared. All right, then what I do, again, the poof is not, there wasn't as much of my bio hair in the front of it as you'd think there was. Smoke and mirrors, all of it. So take your bristle brush again and gently lift some of the pieces out. Right? I don't know how easy it is to see that, but all of this, there's not that much, right? And you know what, not even, some of this is from the topper. Some of that's from the topper, right? And then pin. All right? Then, go back in where you need to. See, here's a little spot where you can tell. Go back in with your Joan Rivers and fill that puppy in. All right. Then, I'm resting my spoolie. And take your spoolie again and just sort of pull some baby hairs out, and that helps it disguise any harsher lines, make it look more natural. In my case, they stick up. Oh God, I'm sweating. It's so hot. Sorry. Okay, so there you go. So there's not really a lot of, I wish you could feel this. Most of this poof here is not my bio hair. It's a very, very thin layer. And then the hair powder and the topper underneath it. Right? You only need a little bit of bio hair out in the front to make it look realistic and natural. There you go. That's it. That's how I put my topper on. That's how I do poof, and that's how I do my hairline. If you have any questions, DM me. Otherwise, practice. Okay? I didn't figure out how to do this overnight. It took freaking forever. And I'm still learning. Sometimes it doesn't come out as good as I think it should. So, there you go. All right. Have a great day, guys.